Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're rummaging through a jar of pennies you've had sitting around for years. Maybe it's been holding down papers on your desk or tucked away in the back of a drawer. You spot a dull penny from 1971, and for a moment, you think, could this be worth something? Probably not, right? Wrong. That little copper coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a penny. Sounds crazy? Well, stick around because I'm about to break down exactly what makes the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable. By the end of this video, you might just find yourself running to your penny jar with a magnifying glass. So let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, where tiny details can mean big bucks. First things first, what's up with the no-mint mark thing? Here's the deal. Most pennies are marked with a tiny letter indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no letter at all, which typically means it was made in Philadelphia. For the 1971 penny, the lack of a mint mark isn't rare by itself. What makes this coin a superstar is an error. This isn't just any penny, folks. It's a 1 in a million, literally, mistake where the die, the tool used to stamp the design, was improperly prepared. The result? A flawless, shiny, and unique finish that collectors absolutely drool over. One such penny sold at auction for a staggering $1.1 million. Now, before you start thinking every 1971 penny is a ticket to retirement, let's clear something up. Most of them are worth just, well, a penny. But the key is finding one in near-perfect condition, known in coin lingo as MS67 red. Yes, coin grading is a thing, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I inherited a box of old coins from my grandpa. Now, my grandpa wasn't exactly a collector, he was more of a throw everything into a shoebox and forget about it kind of guy. One rainy weekend, I decided to go through it. Among the wheat pennies and a suspiciously sticky dime, I found a 1971 penny with no mint mark. My heart raced. Could I have just struck gold or, copper? Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth millions. But that little adventure got me hooked on coins. I realized how much history, artistry, and, yes, money, are hiding in plain sight. Plus, it gave me a fun story to tell at parties. Okay, maybe not fun, but it's a story. Now, let's get back to you and your potential $1 million find. Here's what to look for in your 1971 no-mint mark penny. Look for pennies that are shiny and uncirculated. If it's been through a vending machine or lived in someone's pocket for years, chances are it's not the one. The magic words you're looking for are mint state 67 red. That means the coin has a vibrant copper color and zero blemishes. If you think you've got a winner, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assess the condition and authenticity of your coin. It's like the coin version of getting an appraisal on a diamond ring. $1 million coins don't usually get sold at yard sales. They're auctioned off at big events with serious collectors. If your coin makes the cut, you're in for a life-changing payday. So why would someone pay over $1 million for a penny? It all comes down to rarity and demand. The 1971 no-mint mark penny is incredibly rare in pristine condition. Combine that with the historical charm of an error coin, and collectors go wild. Think of it like baseball cards or vintage comic books. When the supply is low and the demand is high, prices skyrocket, and there you have it. The story of how a tiny, unassuming penny can be worth a fortune. Now, it's your turn. Go dig through your pockets, jars, and drawers. Who knows? You might just be sitting on $1 million treasure without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, or if you're now eyeing every penny like it's a potential lottery ticket, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. And let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Maybe your story will inspire someone else to start their treasure hunt. Wait, is that a regular penny? Or is that the penny that could make you a millionaire? Stay tuned, because today we're diving into one of the most surprising treasures hiding in plain sight, the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Hey there, coin lovers, history buffs, and accidental treasure hunters. If you've ever rolled your eyes at loose change cluttering your pocket or wondered if your piggy bank holds more than just laundry money, then this video is for you. Today, we're talking about a penny that could literally change your life. Yeah, the humble 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Sounds boring, right? Well, think again, it's worth $1.2 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a sports car, and still have money left for snacks. Let's start with the basics. What is the 1968 no-mint mark penny, and why is it worth so much? First off, no-mint mark means the penny was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Back then, Philly didn't stamp its coins with a mint mark like Denver or San Francisco did. So if your 1968 penny is missing that little D or S under the date, congrats, it's a no-mint mark coin. But wait. Not every no-mint mark 1968 penny is a goldmine. Most of them are worth, well, a penny. Womp womp. What makes this one different? The $1.2 million superstar is a rare error coin, meaning something went wrong during production. It could be a doubled die, a misprint, or even a material mix-up that makes it super unique. Think of it like finding a Picasso at a garage sale, accidental, but priceless. Now, here's the kicker, finding one is rare, but not impossible. In fact, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, my grandma gave me a box of coins she'd been saving since the 60s. I wasn't into coin collecting, but I figured, why not take a look? Fast forward to me sitting on the living room floor, Googling every coin like a mad scientist. Spoiler alert, I didn't find a $1 million penny. Yet. But I did learn that some coins from her collection were worth $50 or $100. Not bad for some pocket change, huh? So, how do you know if you've got the magic penny? Here's a quick checklist. Check the year, it has to say 1968. Look for a missing mint mark under the date, examine it closely for errors. Doubling, weird designs, or unusual colors could mean $, and if you're still unsure, take it to an expert. Coin dealers, appraisers, or grading services like PCGS can confirm if you've struck gold or, in this case, copper. Speaking of experts, let's talk market value. A 1968 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition was recently auctioned for $1.2 million. Why? Because serious collectors will pay top dollar for rare finds. Even lower-grade versions can fetch hundreds or thousands. So, yeah, your pocket change might actually pay for that dream vacation. Don't ignore it. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds cool, but I'll never find one. Hey, I get it. The odds are slim, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't look. Think of it like a lottery ticket, except you don't have to buy anything. Your chances of striking it rich go up every time you check your coins. Plus, it's kind of fun, right? Like a treasure hunt, but without pirates. So, there you have it. The 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be the most valuable thing sitting in your junk drawer. Moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know when that everyday penny could turn into a $1 million payday. And here's the deal, if you love this video and want to learn more about coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, it's right there. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll never miss a chance to discover the next coin jackpot. Who knows? Your coffee money could turn into car money. Thanks for watching, treasure hunters. Now, go dig through those jars, drawers, and couch cushions and let me know in the comments if you find anything amazing. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're digging through an old jar of coins, maybe it's from grandma's attic or your own forgotten stash, and bam! You stumble upon a penny. Not just any penny, this one could be worth a whopping $1.30 million. Yes, we're talking about the 1949 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. I know, right? Who knew a little copper coin could change your life? Today, we're diving into why this seemingly ordinary coin is so extraordinary and how you might just have one sitting around. So stick around, because you don't want to miss this. Alright, first things first, what's the deal with the 1949 no-mint mark penny? Let's break it down. Back in 1949, pennies were struck at three main mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced the no-mint mark pennies, cranked out millions of these coins. So why is this one worth $1.3 million? Two words, rarity and condition. Now, here's the juicy part. Most 1949 pennies aren't worth much, maybe a few cents if they're a little worn. But there's a tiny handful, like unicorn-level rare, that were struck perfectly. These coins didn't just survive over 70 years, they look like they just rolled off the mint's press. We're talking pristine condition, also known as MS68 or higher in the coin grading world. When one of these rare gems hits the auction block, collectors go wild. I know what you're thinking. Okay, sounds great, but how do I know if my 1949 penny is worth millions? Good question. Let's talk diagnostics. First, grab your coin and look for the date, 1949. Next, check under the date. If there's no tiny D or S letter, congrats, you've got a no-mint mark coin. But hold up. The no-mint mark alone doesn't mean you've hit the jackpot. You'll need to look at the coin's condition. Is it shiny with no scratches? Are the edges crisp? If so, you might be sitting on a gold mine, well, a copper mine, technically. Here's a fun story. A few years ago, a guy in Ohio found a 1949 penny in his dad's old toolbox. At first, he thought, just another penny. But something about it caught his eye. It was shinier than the others. So, he took it to a coin expert who confirmed it was a near-perfect 1949 no-mint mark penny. The coin later sold at auction for over $1 million. Imagine finding that while looking for a screwdriver. And now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions, let's talk about where to look for these coins. Obviously, old jars and piggy banks are a good start. But thrift stores, yard sales, and even flea markets can be treasure troves. I once bought an old coffee can full of pennies for $5 at a garage sale. Spoiler, no million-dollar pennies in there, but it was still fun to dig through. It's kind of like modern-day treasure hunting, but without the eye patch. Another tip? Invest in a magnifying glass. No, not the cheap one your kid uses for science projects. A good magnifier can help you spot those tiny details that make a coin valuable. Trust me, your eyes will thank you. Oh, and here's the kicker, even if your 1949 penny isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth more than face value. Some lower-grade coins have sold for hundreds of dollars. That's a lot of coffee money for something most people overlook. Alright, let's recap. The 1949 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of those rare coins that could make you rich if you're lucky enough to find one in mint condition. Remember to check the date, look for the absence of a mint mark, and evaluate the coin's condition. And if you think you found something special, get it appraised by a professional. And now, here's the big question: do you have a treasure hiding in plain sight? Go check your coin jars, your wallet, or even your car's cup holder. Who knows? That penny you tossed aside might just be your ticket to $1.30 million. Before you go, let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next, because the next treasure could be yours. Hey, everyone. Imagine this: you're digging through your old change jar, looking for a few quarters for the vending machine, and bam! You stumble upon a penny, just a penny, right? Wrong. What if I told you that penny could be worth a staggering $1.4 million? Yep, you heard that right, a single 1998 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. And today, I'm going to tell you all about it, why it's worth so much, how to spot one, and maybe even how to cash in big. Oh, and stick around for a story about how my old piggy bank almost cost me my retirement plan. Let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, what's the deal with this penny? Back in 1998, the US Mint cranked out billions of pennies. Most were pretty standard, with a little D or S mint mark to show where they were made. But a few lucky pennies skipped the mint mark altogether. No one knows exactly how it happened, but this tiny error created one of the most valuable coins in history. And now, here's the kicker: these pennies were released into circulation like any other coin. So there's a chance, you guessed it, that one could be sitting in your junk drawer right now. This isn't just about a missing mint mark. The 1998 no mint mark penny is worth a fortune because it's incredibly rare. collectors lose their minds over coins with unique errors, especially when they're in near-perfect condition. That's what makes this penny the unicorn of pocket change. Oh, and here's a pro tip: if you find one, don't polish it. Seriously, I once cleaned up an old coin I thought was valuable, only to find out I destroyed its value. Apparently, collectors like their pennies old and grimy. Go figure. Grab your magnifying glass, it's time for a treasure hunt. To spot the 1998 no mint mark penny, look at the front of the coin, just below the year. If there's no letter, no D or S, you might be onto something. But here's where it gets tricky: not every no mint mark penny is worth millions. It needs to be in almost perfect condition, with sharp details and minimal scratches. And if you're thinking, great, my penny's been through the washing machine 3 times, don't worry. Even a slightly worn 1998 no mint mark penny can still fetch a decent price, maybe not $1.4 million, but enough for a killer vacation. Okay, confession time. A few years ago, I found an old jar of coins at my grandma's house. Among the nickels and dimes was a penny that looked different. I didn't think much of it and tossed it back in the jar. A week later, I saw a news story about a rare penny that sold for over $1 million. Guess what? It looked just like the one I'd thrown back. Cue the frantic search through the jar. Spoiler alert, I never found it. To this day, I tell myself it was just a regular penny, but who knows? Moral of the story: check your change. So, you've checked your pennies, and you think you've hit the jackpot. Now what? First, don't panic, and definitely don't sell it to the first person who offers you $50. Take it to a professional coin appraiser. They'll verify its authenticity and grade its condition. Not if it's the real deal, you're in for a wild ride. Auctions are where these pennies really shine, with collectors bidding big money for a chance to own a piece of history. Alright, maybe your change jar didn't deliver, but don't give up. There are still plenty of valuable coins out there. Keep an eye out for other rare pennies, nickels, and even quarters. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Alright, folks, that's the scoop on the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Who knew a tiny copper coin could be worth so much? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, this is your sign to check those pennies. And hey, if you do find one, send me a picture. I want to celebrate with you. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips on coins worth money, how to spot them, and maybe even how to retire early thanks to your pocket change. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever looked at the loose change in your pocket and thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if one of these pennies was worth a fortune? Well, let me tell you, it absolutely could be. And today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1972 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, this unassuming little coin could make you a millionaire. So, grab your coin jars, sit back, and let's talk about how one of these babies is worth a staggering $1.5 million. Spoiler alert, you might want to check under your couch cushions after this video. So, why is this penny so special? Well, here's the deal. Back in 1972, at the Philadelphia Mint, there was a little hoopsie-doodle, and by that, I mean some coins were struck with a dramatic doubling effect on the obverse side. This means if you take a magnifying glass to the coin, you'll notice that the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust look like they had a few too many cups of coffee and started jittering around. It's what's called a doubled die error, and collectors go absolutely nuts for it. And no mint mark? That's just the cherry on top. It confirms this coin came from Philly. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the money. A regular 1972 penny? Worth 1 cent, maybe 2 cents if you're lucky. But a 1972 doubled die penny with no mint mark? Hold on to your hats, folks. Depending on the condition, these coins can sell for thousands at auction. And the top-notch, pristine ones? Oh, just a casual $1.5 million. I mean, who knew Honest Abe could bring such honesty to your bank account? That's retirement money right there, or, if you're like me, it's buy all the snacks I've ever wanted money. So, how do you know if you've got a jackpot penny sitting in your piggy bank? First, you're gonna need a good magnifying glass. No, your phone camera isn't going to cut it. Trust me, I tried. Look closely at the year 1972 and the inscriptions around Lincoln's head. If you see clear doubling, congratulations, you've hit the coin collector's equivalent of the lottery. And remember, condition is key. A heavily circulated coin won't fetch as much, but hey, even a worn out one can sell for a few $1,000s. Not too shabby for a penny, right? Speaking of checking your coins, let me tell you a quick story. Last year, I found myself stuck at home on a rainy day, bored out of my mind. I remembered reading about valuable pennies, so I grabbed my coin jar and started sorting through them. Did I find a $1.5 million penny? Nope. But I did find a 1943 steel cent, which ended up being worth $40. Not exactly life-changing, but it sure made me feel like a treasure hunter for a day. Plus, I had an excuse to nerd out about coins with my friends. Spoiler alert, they were not as excited as I was. Here's the big takeaway, folks: every coin tells a story, and some of those stories are worth serious cash. Whether it's the 1972 double-die penny or another rare find, the key is knowing what to look for. And let's be real, there's something so satisfying about turning pocket change into life-changing money. Plus, you get to feel like Indiana Jones, but instead of ancient artifacts, you're finding valuable pennies. So, what's the moral of today's story? Never underestimate the power of a penny. That little copper coin sitting in your jar could be the key to your next big adventure, or at least a down payment on a really nice vacation. So, what are you waiting for? Start digging through those coins and let me know in the comments if you found any treasures, and hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that are worth serious money. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Hit the bell icon so you're the first to know when I drop a new video. Ever heard of a single penny being worth $1.6 million? Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But nope, it's real, and today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and ridiculously valuable coins ever, the 1967 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be raiding your piggy banks and junk drawers for this bad boy. So stick around, because this little copper coin could change your life. Alright, let's start with the basics. In 1967, the US Mint was going through a bit of an identity crisis. For 3 years, from 1965 to 1967, they decided to ditch mint marks altogether. That means no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, and no P for Philadelphia. Why? Because they wanted to stop collectors from hoarding coins based on mint marks. Smart plan, right? Except, they didn't count on one thing: human error. Enter the 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. This isn't just your average no-mint mark coin. This one is a total anomaly, and that's why it's worth a whopping $1.6 million today. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found a jar of pennies in my grandparents' attic. It smelled weird, like old paper and mothballs, but I figured, why not? So, I started sorting through them. I didn't find anything rare, except for one penny that looked a little different. Turns out, it wasn't special at all, but hey, it gave me the coin collecting bug. Fast forward to today, I become that person who inspects every penny I come across. And guess what? That habit has led people to find literal fortunes hiding in plain sight. So, what makes the 1967 penny so special? It all boils down to a double die error. That's right, a printing mistake. Some 1967 pennies show doubling in key areas like Lincoln's face, the date, or the words "In God We Trust." This error gives the coin its astronomical value. And because there are so few of these error coins in top condition, the demand is through the roof. Imagine owning one of these pristine pennies and getting $1.6 million for it. I mean, that's not just life-changing, that's house buying money. If you want to check your pennies for this error, here's the trick: get yourself a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the date and the lettering. If you see doubling, you might have struck gold or, well, copper. And even if you don't give up. Coin hunting is like treasure hunting. It takes patience, a little luck, and the ability to explain to your friends why you're obsessing over loose change. Now, if you think you've found a 1967 penny worth some serious cash, the next step is getting it graded. Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, is the go-to company for this. They'll examine your coin and give it a grade on a scale of 1 to 70. The closer you are to 70, the higher the value. Just make sure it's the real deal, or you'll be that person trying to sell a regular penny for $1 million on eBay. Quick tip: don't clean your coins. I know, it's tempting to make them all shiny and new, but cleaning can actually lower their value. Collectors want coins in their natural, unaltered state, dirt and all. Now, I know what you're thinking: could I really have a $1.6 million penny sitting in my change jar? The answer is absolutely yes. That's the magic of coin collecting. Every coin has a story, and some of those stories are worth millions. So, go ahead, dig through your drawers, check those couch cushions, and keep an eye out for that elusive 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich. Let's turn your loose change into life-changing money together. Hey, friends! Quick question: what if I told you that a single penny from your coin jar could be worth $1.7 million? That's right, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1952 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny coin that's got collectors buzzing and bank accounts growing. Imagine this: you're casually rolling coins to take to the bank, and boom! You spot an old, shiny penny. But wait, could it actually be worth a fortune? Don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so valuable and how to spot one yourself. Oh, and stick around because I've got a funny little story about how I thought I struck gold, but ended up with a slightly embarrassing lesson. Alright, let's get started. Grab your coffee, your snack, and your coin jar. Who knows? Your next jackpot might just be waiting. First things first, why is a penny, a coin worth literally 1 cent, suddenly valued at $1.7 million? Well, the key lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and errors. The 1952 penny was minted in San Francisco, hence the mint mark, and while millions of these coins were made, only a handful of them have certain unique features or are preserved in pristine condition. It's like finding a perfect vintage car in a world of rusty clunkers. It's rare, it's pristine, and collectors go nuts for it. Now, here's the kicker: there are a few key errors and quirks that make this coin even more valuable. This means the design on the front of the coin looks slightly doubled, like a shadow or blur effect. If your 1952 penny looks like it just rolled off the minting press, we're talking no scratches, dents, or signs of wear, then you've hit the jackpot. Even though millions were minted, very few survived in top condition, making them a collector's dream. Now, you're probably itching to dig through your loose change, right? But hold up, let me help you spot the real deal. Look at the lower part of Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the coin. If you see a tiny S, congrats, you've got a San Francisco mint penny. Make sure the coin says 1952. Anything else? Sorry, no $1 million payday. Use a magnifying glass, or your phone camera, to check for any doubling in the text or numbers. This error is subtle but oh so important. Now, a quick story: once, I found a penny that looked exactly like this in my car's cup holder. My heart raced. I was already imagining paying off my mortgage, buying a yacht, maybe naming it Penny for your thoughts. Spoiler alert, it was a 1953 penny, no mint mark. Lesson learned: always double-check the details. Coin collectors are like treasure hunters. They thrive on the thrill of the chase, and the 1952 penny is a prized catch. With only a few perfect specimens out there, owning one is like having a rare piece of art. And let's not forget about auctions. One of these coins sold for $1.7 million because a bidding war broke out among collectors. Imagine being the person who found it in a shoebox. Instant millionaire status. But don't think this is just about money. For many collectors, it's the history that makes these coins special. The 1952 penny was minted during the post-World War II era, a time of growth, change, and, apparently, really valuable pocket change. So, let's say you're lucky enough to stumble upon a 1952 penny. What now? Seriously, resist the urge to polish it. Collectors value originality, even if the coin looks a little grimy. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it an official grade and confirm its authenticity. Whether it's through an auction house, a private collector, or an online platform, make sure you know the value of your coin before selling it. So, there you have it, the incredible tale of the 1952 Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your 1 cent into $1.7 million. But let's be real, whether or not you find one, the real treasure is the thrill of the hunt. Who doesn't love a good treasure story? Before you go, let me ask, have you ever come across an old coin and thought it might be valuable? Share your story in the comments, I'd love to hear it, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, tricks, and millionaire making strategies. Who knows? Your next penny could change your life. Have you ever heard the phrase, a penny for your thoughts? Well, what if I told you a single penny could be worth $1.8 million? Yes, you heard that right. There's a 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny out there that's making collectors lose their minds and their wallets. In today's video, I'll break down why this coin is so valuable, how you could have one sitting in your pocket right now, and a little secret about spotting valuable coins in general. So, stick around because you do not want to miss this treasure hunt. Oh, and quick story, once, I almost threw away a valuable penny without realizing it. Let's just say, after today, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 Abraham Lincoln penny looks like any regular penny at first glance. It features good old Honest Abe on the front and the Union shield on the back. But here's the kicker, this one doesn't have a mint mark. Now, if you're new to coin collecting, a mint mark tells you where the coin was made. No mint mark? That usually means it was struck in Philadelphia, but why is this one worth $1.80 million? This particular 2015 penny is a rare minting error. You see, when coins are produced, mistakes can sometimes happen. Maybe the metal blend is off, the dies are misaligned, or in this case, it's believed that the penny was struck using the wrong planchet, a blank coin of the wrong material. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, this penny might have been struck on a bronze planchet or something similar. These errors make the coin incredibly rare and highly desirable to collectors. Here's the fun part, this error wasn't even discovered right away. Collectors only realized the significance years later, which means, there could be more out there just waiting to be found. Alright, now you're probably wondering, do I have this magical penny in my pocket right now? The answer? Maybe first, grab your jar of spare change, yes, even that dusty one under the couch. Look for pennies dated 2015 with no mint mark. If you find one, examine it closely. Check for anything unusual, weight, color, or texture. If you suspect you found a rare coin, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. That's like getting a second opinion from a doctor, but for your penny. And hey, even if you don't find the 2015 penny, you might stumble across another valuable coin. Fun fact, a friend of mine once found a coin worth $500 just by sorting through a handful of change. True story, here's where things get personal. Back in 2017, I almost missed out on a coin worth $300 because I thought it was just a regular penny. I was at a coffee shop, and as I handed over some coins for my latte, the barista casually said, "You know this is worth more than your coffee, right?" I laughed it off, but later, curiosity got the best of me. I googled it, sent it for grading, and yep, it was worth $300. Ever since then, I've been obsessed with checking my change. And honestly, it's paid off. So, trust me when I say, don't overlook your spare coins. Your next $1 million discovery could be hiding in plain sight. Now, if you're new to this whole coin collecting thing, here's some advice. Start by learning about key dates and errors. Invest in a magnifying glass and a coin guidebook. Not every penny will be a jackpot, but the thrill of the hunt makes it worth it. Coin forums and social media groups are goldmines for tips and discoveries. So, there you have it, the 2015 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth $1.8 million. Imagine turning 1 cent into $1 million payday. It's stories like these that remind us to pay attention to the little things, literally, before you rush off to dig through your change jar. Let me leave you with this, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more coin hunting tips and strategies. Who knows? Your next cup of coffee could be paid for with a penny worth millions.